Hello everyone, welcome to this video on making your inner pillow for your do-it-yourself perfect pillow box. Now what you're going to need is this white fabric called pillow ticking from your sewing kit. Your little sewing kit, inside you have thread, needles, and pins. And at home you're going to find yourself a light colored pen or a pencil, a regular ruler, and some scissors. Now I have some small scissors here. They're nice and sharp, but really you can use any kind of scissors that are sufficiently sharp. So I'm just going to unfold this here and show you. This, as you can see, is pretty much the size of your finished pillow. It does have what we call seam allowance, so that means we're not sewing right on the edge here. We do have a certain distance on the inside here that we can sew. So the first thing you're going to do is identify one of the smaller edges, and that's where we're going to put your buckwheat hulls in later on. So you want to take your ruler and you want to leave like a 3 to 4 inch hole where you're not sewing right away on this side. So I would say like 4-inch would be more comfortable. So I'm just going to take my light colored pen and just make a little mark here like this so that I know what to do. So I'm going to open my sewing kit here. And I will find inside some pins and some thread, and the needles are here as well. So I'm going to start by taking all these pins. I'm going to line up the edges properly here, so put the corners all together and smooth this out. There we go. And then I'm going to take my pins and just put a few pins into my pillow here. That's just going to help keep the fabric in place while I'm sewing. Now, if you're sewing by hand, you might, if you're not very experienced, you might want to trace a line to help yourself sew in a straight line. So here you have about 1/2 inch of seam allowance. So that means you have about 1/2 inch between your stitch and the edge. So what I'm going to do is just all around the pillow, I'm going to take my ruler at 1/2 inch and I'm going to draw myself a line. And then you can join those lines together, and that's really going to help you keep your lines nice and straight. And you can keep on going all around the edge of the pillow. So since we're going to have buckwheat shells or hulls inside, they're pretty tiny. So you really want to use, if you're sewing by hand, a back stitch that is not loose like this, but tight like this. You want this nice tight back stitch so that your pillow really doesn't let anything out from the inside. So you're going to do that stitch all along these lines, or you can take it to your sewing machine. Now, I happen to have some white thread here. If you have white thread at home, you can use it, but there's no harm in using the red or gray thread that comes in your kit, just whatever thread is there, because this pillow, we're going to flip it and we won't see the thread anymore anyway. So we're going to start sewing. We're going to sew from here to here, finish it off, and then sew all the way around the pillow.